get ready for a quick quest guide for the His Faithful Servants Miniquest, in which the main rewards for completing are a 20,000 prayer experience lamp and a crypt map, which studying will permanently reveal the minimap within the Barrows Crypt. The only quest requirement for this is the Priest in Peril quest, and in terms of items you'll just need a spade. That being said, you must defeat the 6 Barrows brothers to complete this mini quest, and so while there are no official skill requirements for this mini quest, I would very highly suggest having 43 prayer for access to protection prayers, and I would say this is pretty much essential, as is having a decent magic level. The higher the better, but I would say having level 41 magic for Wind Blast is around the minimum for killing the Barrows brothers comfortably, and we'll be using wind magic here because the Barrows brothers have a 50% weakness to it. This weakness means you'll have 50% higher accuracy and damage using wind spells against the Barrows brothers. While melee or ranged are options, compared to magic you'll need much higher stats, probably base 60s at a minimum. Then when it comes to recommended items, you'll want 1 Barrows Teleport tablet, or 2 if you're including one to get to the quest start. Alternatively, just bring any teleport to get out of the Barrows Crypt and a method for getting back to the Barrows brothers. If you're not an Iron Man, then I'd also suggest purchasing and using a Strange Old Lockpick, which lets you move through the Barrows Crypt a lot easier. Additionally, having a Ghommal's Hilt 2 or higher is not essential at all, but it will prevent prayer drain in the crypts, so absolutely equip this if you have unlocked it from completing the medium combat achievements. You'll also want to bring the best mage gear you have access to, including a staff and runes to cast air spells, as well as 1 magic potion, around 12 to 14 prayer potions, and around 6 to 8 pieces of high healing food. You likely won't use all of these supplies, but bring them just in case. Optionally, you can also bring along a special attack weapon like a DDS. Now you can begin this mini quest at the Barrows area in Mauritania, located east of Morton, and again a Barrows teleport is by far the best way to get here. Once here, you'll want to find the strange old man roaming about and talk to him. After spacebarring through the chat with him, he'll want you to get a strange icon back for him that the Barrows brothers stole. Finish the chat by saying I'll be back soon. Now it's time to take down the Barrows brothers, who are located in 6 different underground areas. Before we go further, know that in these underground areas your prayer will drain really quickly unless you're wielding the Ghommal's Hilt 2 or higher, so you want to spend as little time in them as possible. Additionally, one of the Barrows brothers at random will be missing, and their sarcophagus will lead to an expansive crypt. When you come across this, simply exit out, and you'll be coming back here after all the other Barrows brothers are defeated. Now I highly suggest taking on Durox first while you have full supplies, who is located under the most northeastern hill. Stand on top of it, sip your magic potion, pop on your protect from melee and best defensive magic prayers, and then use your spade to dig in order to enter it. Then simply search the sarcophagus and Durox will jump out. In my run though, Durox was the brother missing as his tomb led to the greater underground crypt, and so I'll be coming back here at the end. But for the other 5 out of 6 of you who have Durox pop out, this is what you would do. Keep your protect from melee prayer up at all times and use your wind spells to defeat him. Ensure that your melee protection prayers never run out, as Durox hits higher the lower his hit points become, and he can even hit into the 50s at low hit points, so he can destroy you in a few hits without protection prayers. Once he's defeated, then exit up the stairs, run to the hill directly south and dig with your spade to go down. Literally repeat what you just did with Durox, only this time you're facing Guthans, who has a 25% chance to heal from his hits. With Protect melee on, he won't be hitting though, and you can easily defeat him. Afterwards, exit up the stairs, run to the hill southwest and dig with your spade to go down into Carl's Crypt. This time pray Protect from ranged instead of Protect from melee, and then otherwise repeat what you did with Guthans. Carl's successful attacks lower your agility, which isn't really a problem, and they also won't hit through prayer, so the fight is pretty easy. After Carl is defeated, exit up the stairs, run to the hill to your north, and dig with your spade to go down. This time pray Protect from mage instead of range, and then otherwise repeat what you've done before. Avrim's successful attacks lower your strength, which isn't really a problem as we're using magic. This being said, he has the highest magical defense out of all the brothers, so he might take a little while longer for you to defeat, and thus use up quite a few more of your prayer potion supplies. Also, if you brought along a spec weapon, then this is the brother that I would unload your special attacks on. Once Abrams is defeated, return to the surface, and then run to the hill southwest and go down. Pray melee, and then do what you're all too familiar with. Torag won't have any successful attacks through melee protection prayers, and their landed hits simply have a chance to drain run energy, which isn't really a problem at all. Once Torag is defeated, exit up the stairs, run to the hill to your north and ensure you have high health, and then dig to go down. Pray protect from melee, and then do what you're all too familiar with. The final brother is Verax, and he has a 25% chance to hit through prayers. This being said, protect from melee still blocks 75% of his attacks, and it also lowers his max hit from 22 to 15, so it's still very much worth using. Defeat Verax, praying protect from melee and eating when needed, and then return back up the stairs to the surface. Now randomly for everyone, one of the 6 Barrows brothers was missing from his sarcophagus, and instead it leads to a hidden tunnel. Return back to the underground area of the missing brother's sarcophagus and then search it, and afterwards say, "Yeah, I'm fearless," to enter into the deep underground crypt. Once in this area, your final goal is to get to the middle of the room with the chest. Now know that each time you open a door in this crypt, the final Barrows brother has a chance to pop out. Until you find this brother, I would let your prayer drain to 0 and then pot up and pray protection prayers against them when you find them, because your prayer will otherwise drain super fast here. Now there are 2 approaches that you can take to get to the middle room. If you brought along the Strange Old Lockpick, then you can just use it on any door to instantly go through them and get straight to the center almost instantly. If you don't have the lockpick, then you'll need to find the doors that you can enter through and go through them, with there being a set path that you're able to take through the dungeon. Going through the doors to enter the middle room will also see you need to quickly solve a sequence puzzle as well, which can be tricky with monsters attacking you. Be sure this is solved correctly, otherwise the doors will shuffle and you'll need to find another way into the middle chest room. Now if you come across the final Barrows brother on your way to the chest room, you'll want to defeat them. Otherwise, if you don't see them, then when you open the chest in the middle of the room, the final Barrows brother will appear. Simply use your prayer potions, pop on your protection prayers, and then defeat the final brother. And after you're done, ensure that you have 6 empty inventory spots. Once your inventory has enough free spots, simply search the chest, and doing this will see you receive a strange icon, and also see the Barrows area start crumbling. Close the chest rewards interface, and then use your Barrows teleport to return back above ground before running south. Find the strange old man and talk to him, and after a little chatter you'll hand over the icon, and in return you'll be given a dusty lamp that provides 20,000 prayer experience, as well as a crypt map, which studying permanently unlocks the minimap within the Barrows crypt. Thanks for watching, catch you in the next quest!